Okay, I think we're finally ready to plate. Lots of accoutrements, lots of different components, so make sure that you have your mise en place station set up for plate up with all the different plate up tools that you need. Because I'm just eating it, my dad's eating it, and I've been washing my hands all along. I like using my hands, and so I'm gonna use my hands quite a lot right now. Hopefully you won't judge me based on that. If I was in a restaurant setting, I'd be doing it very differently. If I was using my hands, I'd be using gloves for sure. Okay, so first I'm gonna place the aioli, the umami aioli, down on the plate because it's gonna act as a base, and I really wanna make sure that I get a good amount of it because it's gonna mix with all the different flavors on the plate. Okay, now I'm just gonna take a bunch of the root vegetables and really try and play up that curve. I also wanna make sure that I don't completely cover up that sauce all the way because it's just so pretty. You know, it's obviously it's maybe not the most bright color in the world, but something about that warm brown is really appealing, I think. And it's not about like trying to let things look like you place them. It's about, again, letting things look like it fell from the hand of God. And so sometimes like taking pinches of items and just like placing them and letting them fall where they're going to fall is totally okay. I like the way that round potato looks, and so I think I'm gonna tuck some stuff underneath him. Find that little nook. Tuck a little carrot in. You don't need to go overboard with the side. So if you have some left over, that's totally fine. You can have multiple plates. I think it's more about making sure that you get all the flavors in there, but it's also gonna be appropriate with how much of the protein that you have. Okay, so next we're gonna place some of these marinated beets. I'm not gonna go crazy with the beets, just a few, maybe like 3. And I'm gonna be really intentional with where and how I place them because beets are gonna bleed. I find sides like this, if they're not super, super hot, they're still really, really delicious. And so we don't have to be like freaked out if these are cooling down as we plate. Maybe just one more piece, but I don't want a ton of beets. So what I think I'm gonna do is just do like one little wedge. Just kind of tuck them right in there. Yep. All right, next I'm gonna place my salmon. Maybe because I do wanna make sure that that salmon's getting that aioli too. I'm gonna place some aioli down first. Salmon. Shingle that other piece right on top. You can continue to kind of play with the nooks and crannies a little bit. That's why I really love these kind of funny oblique cuts because it gives us a lot more freedom with how we plate. It's okay. I actually kind of like the way that felt. All right, just a little bit of pickle on top. I don't want to hide the salmon and all that crunch, but I do just want to kind of showcase a few other textures, a few other flavors. I don't know if it needs the radish. I don't think it does. And then just a little bit more of the ginger scallion. Add some pops of color, texture, flavor. And then, just because it's pretty, I think I am just gonna add a little bit of that beet juice right down on top of that beet, because why not? Okay, and last but not least, we cannot forget our crispy kale garnish. Where are we gonna tuck you? Tuck a little bit of you in right there. Tuck a little bit in there. One more. Okay. And then, for good measure, because I always think that little extra sheen helps, just a little drizzle of olive oil on top. Okay, there you have it. Some pan roasted salmon with roasted roots, an umami aioli, and ginger scallion relish.